Hey guys.
Alright guys, we're here today on Monday to do one of our famous, infamous, interstellar, intergalactic double headers. Starting off with a Patreon request from this Patreon right here. Asks us check out Irrational Cause, a band that we've done on the channel before with the song My Peace. Now, when I see My Peace, I go back to the 80s. That was a movie about aliens. I can't remember the name of the movie. It featured Dolph Lundgren. For those of you that don't know who Dolph Lundgren is, he's the nemesis of Rocky. Or what was his name? The Russian guy. He was Ivan Drago.
Yeah.
He was Ivan Drago. So, anyways, he was in this sci-fi horror movie where I think he was the alien. And every time the alien would show up, he would say, "I come in," very robotic. "I come in peace."
Cheesy 80s.
Yeah, and he killed everybody. So you would say, "I come in peace," but he would like absolutely demolish everybody. And then the character
I come in peace, you thought.
yeah, and then everybody, the guy who he's fighting against in the movie, I can't remember who the main guy is, says a line back which is, "You come in peace, you're going in pieces." I don't know, I love that line. It was like,
even though it's very, if you look back on it, very, very cheesy 80s stuff, but at the time, I'm guessing
it sounds so cool though.
Yeah.
It was like, say hello to my little friend, or, you know, go ahead, make my day. They're super cheesy lines, but
say hello to my little friend still, I think, survived the passage of time.
Same as the one I just said before, the Clint Eastwood one. Like, go ahead, make my day. Like, these are epic movie lines. I know they sound super cheesy, but I think the fact that they're cheesy is what makes them epic. Same thing with power metal, or epic power metal, if you will. All right, the cheese. You need to have a very high dose of cheese.
Of cheese.
All right.
Sometimes you can't have that, but...
No, I'm lactose intolerant, so I can still have cheese, just not dairy cheese, like different kind of cheese.
This is why you've fallen out with power metal a little bit.
Yeah, power metal, it hasn't done it for me lately. I don't know, I still enjoy listening to it, but it's not my go-to.
Yeah.
It's not my go-to anymore. I've moved on from power metal. I'm in a different wave now.
COVID has changed you.
COVID...
You're more depressed.
Yeah, I'm more in a dark, atmospheric type of sound these days. More doom, more that kind of stuff. Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of hard to feel jolly and look towards a bright future when there's no future to look at. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I feel. But anyways, Irrational Cause, My Peace. You ready for this?
Yeah.
All right. All right, your thoughts on
I was actually gonna,
Irrational Cause, my piece.
I was gonna let you go first.
I'll go first on the next video.
Okay. I like the ending because it gave you a lot at the end there.
I like the ending because the song was finally done. I thought you were gonna say that.
Oh.
Because what a way to start. You start with the end. I mean,
No.
who starts with the end?
I don't know. Because it was so different from the song is very very melodic with the guitar. The piercing sound of that guitar kind of overrides a lot of things in the song because it's very prominent.
Oh, it's very prominent.
And I mean, I don't hate it, and I like that sound. The sound it was making was really really nice. I was flowing really well with it, but some parts, since it was the only thing I could mostly hear, it was kind of taking away from all the other stuff that was there. Vocals, really enjoyed the vocals. I like that they were heavy and they were kind of trying to balance with the guitar because the guitar was very melodic. So you needed something there. And I started with the end because I really liked the end. The end, it kind of took away a little bit of that sharpened guitar.
I think the drums at the end had a different sound. They had
they sounded more
electronic almost.
Yeah,
like
didn't,
the way it sounded, it spread it out more.
Yeah, but they didn't sound. I don't know how to.
That's what I'm saying. Like back in the day, a band that you're very familiar with, Fine Young Cannibals. They used to use those electronic drums. So when you hit them, they make this more hollow sound, if you will.
Not hollow.
Like a sound that spreads, that doesn't have that oomph, that it doesn't have that grounding.
That's what it needed. I think that the end there would have been a little better if the drums didn't have that, because I like the sound, but the sound of that it didn't feel right to me.
Listening, interesting where you were going with this. Okay.
It didn't feel right to me. But that end there, I liked it because the piercing guitar kind of went into the more background, and it let everything else kind of breathe.
Simmer.
Yeah, it let everything else kind of stay there. The vocals were really nice throughout the track, and I mean, you wanted me to go first.
Okay.
I'm telling you
I see the song a little bit differently from you. To me, this is like this. Do I like the track? Yeah, it's a cool track. Is it a great track? Is it a memorable track? Not really. To me, it felt a little bit short on a few items that I would like them to perhaps push the envelope. To me, felt safe. It's a safe song.
It's very safe, yeah.
It's not a song that they took really a chance or they took
risks.
a gamble or any risks. It feels like a very safe track. It feels like one of those tracks that you've heard a million times before, so it doesn't really set itself apart from everything else that it's out there.
And it gets you with that melody, because that melody is very very it gets stuck in your head very quick. I'm still thinking about it now.
But to me, what I would have liked to have seen, I would like to have seen two things. One, some clean vocals, to be honest with you.
I mean, if you're already gonna make kind of a safe song, especially in like the chorus.
In the chorus, I was just gonna say that. It was asking for this like kind of melodic, this melodic clean vocals to come in.
If that's the time that you're really gonna push that melody forward, because in the song,
it was calling for it.
In the song,
they went with a different style of vocals, almost like screaming vocals, just for just the tip.
But for me, it didn't.
But to me, that didn't match. Didn't work. It didn't match the fluidity of the song. Didn't match the song. This song was calling for that chorus, not the whole chorus, but the end part of the chorus
to come in. Start, and then at the end,
I'm not saying to go the whole chorus with clean vocals.
No, just like at the start.
Just either at the start or at the end, either one or the other. Come in with some really nice clean vocals there. That would have helped. The other thing that I think it would really help is that guitar melody that you're talking about. I wanted them to push that a little bit, almost towards more. A little bit more gent or a little bit more proggy. Elaborate on it a little bit. Make it a little bit more intricate.
Because it was the same thing.
Because it felt to me like, once again, too straightforward. It didn't feel like it was taking me anywhere. It was nice, but it wasn't really captivating. It was memorable because it repeated itself. It happened so often.
That was my problem with it, is that since it was too much in the forefront, it just got stuck in my head, but it wasn't letting anything else kind of...
But imagine that guitar at times pushing the envelope and sounding almost something similar. It could start with the way it did. Like the starting point is fine, but I would like them when you're getting deeper into those verses, go in a little bit deeper on the guitar side, bring in some of that more okay, if you don't want to call it gent, if you don't want to call it prog, call it technical. Bring in some of the more technical aspect of the sound, of the execution. Imagine, for you that you're a fan of Beyond Creation, imagine some of that guitar work as you push that verse into the chorus. I think it would elevate the track, would make the song feel a little bit more complete, a little bit more robust. It would put a little bit more meat on the bone. Because the way this song stands, not that it's a bad track. It's not a bad track.
It's very safe.
The mixing is good. I like the sound, but it's a safe track. It doesn't really go. It's a song, like I said before. When it comes on the radio, you're driving somewhere. The song comes on the radio. You're not like, oh, who's this? Like I need to make a note of it so that I can download it or buy it or whatever. Like, it comes on it and you're listening to it and you're vibing to it, and life goes on.
Life goes. I was gonna say though, in the chorus there, when it didn't have the clean vocals like I thought it would, I was thinking to myself, usually I would be kind of happy because sometimes
the song totally
sometimes you don't want it always to be in that same order. But then I was listening to it more and the chorus was going on and I'm like, can you like hit me with like one or two words just in clean, like,
but listen, the chorus could start off with the clean vocals
and then you have
both.
Scream.
No, have both of them.
Oh,
have the clean vocals and the harsh vocals, like one layer on top of the other, to give some depth, to make the song feel like it's growing, like it's going somewhere. To me, the track doesn't take you anywhere. It's just, you're just spinning your wheels. Like I said, you're driving around, it comes on the radio, you don't change the station. It's a good song.
Yeah.
But it's also not a memorable track, so it all depends on what do you want out of it. To me, felt a little bit safe. Felt like they didn't take enough chances with it. And the potential was there for them to go a little bit outside the box, try something different, something new. But it's not a bad track. It's just not, I mean, when you... Personally, I listen to so much music that these days you have to really throw something cool at me for me to be like, wow, who are these guys?
It's going on my phone.
Yeah, this is going to go on my playlist. Because otherwise it starts to like blend in with everything else that I'm listening to. Sometimes
that's probably why you kind of left power metal.
Well, even, I don't want to... I'm not going to mention any bands, but there's some bands that released albums this year that people are like, oh, you know, this is a great... I listen to it, I'm like, yeah, you know what, it's kind of... I think it's because I'm starting to get so jaded.
Your palate
I'm just listening to so much stuff that now...
You're like the Gordon Ramsay of album
No, I'm just
reviews.
becoming really critical.
Yeah.
I'm becoming like, okay, it has to be really good for me to like it. Specifically, but I don't look at it like one album compared to all the other albums. I look at that album within that genre that album is in. So, like, you know, I'm not comparing a power metal album to a death metal album, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at apples versus apples. So you got to look within that genre. Where does that album sit? And just sometimes an album is good. Like, there's nothing wrong with the record. Good mixing, good sound. Like a song like this, perfect example. Good mixing, good sound, good approach. There's nothing wrong. But at the same time, it's not one of those that you're like, wow, man, can't wait to listen to it again. Give me some more. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So sometimes you need something like that, and when you find it, you know you have it, and until you find it, you're just kind of like navigating through it. Let me put it that way. That's how I see it.
I mean, you went perfect for it. It was a perfect description. It was a very vibeable track, especially because of that ongoing.
Yeah, it makes it memorable because it repeats it.
Exactly. It's not bad too. It's a very good, very, very good melody.
And the sound is good. It's not like you have the vocals here and the guitars here and the drums over there.
Good
like
to vibe with.
It's really well balanced from that perspective.
It's not gonna take me back.
No, same with me. All right, guys, don't go anywhere. Keep refreshing. There's gonna be another video coming right after. See ya.
See ya.